The first fight was a classic, epic in its way. Two of the best fighters in boxing, squaring off in their primes, constant shifts in momentum. The fight dramatic, the ending uncertain. Can the rematch exceed the original, especially given the animosity between these two fighters?
Kovalev, a monster puncher who likes to fight from the outside. He likes to pick his opponents apart from the outside with his jab. Once the jab is established, he starts to work his way in with his monster cross, which folded many of his opponents before. First fight, Ward chose to fight off his back foot, trying to find spots to counter Kovalev in. This proved to be a bad strategy, as many felt that he lost the fight, even though he won on the scorecards by 1. In the rematch, Ward chose not to fight strictly off his back foot and look for counters. He wanted to be the aggressor. Since he was the faster fighter, he wanted to be the first one to get off the shot. Kovalev faded the second half of the first fight. So this time, Ward really wanted to establish the body attacks early on, to take away the legs of Kovalev early. The jab of Ward is outside of Kovalev's range, so Kovalev feels no threats. Ward surprises Kovalev by lunging in with a quick cross.
You see Andre land a jab, Kovalev land a right hand, Andre come back, or Kovalev land another jab, then Andre comes back and answers with a jab. So they both do.
That has tremendous influence over the perceptions of all you people in the pay-per-view audience, or at least we guess that it does. And of course the official judges are on a slightly different page. All this influence over the perceptions of all you.
Here Ward sets a trap to Kovalev by baiting him with the jab, in which Kovalev responds, but then in turn gets countered to the body.
We guess that it does.
Again, Kovalev judges the distance wrong again as Ward steps in with the quick jab.
On a slightly different page, ultimately.
That said, there have been plenty of... It's going backward.
Here was a really good read on Kovalev, as he knew that Ward was trying to lunge in with the jab, so he stayed off the center line and tried to counter over Ward's jab with his own jab.
At times in their first fight.
Well, Andre has superior counterpunching skill, and he's counterpunching Kovalev again tonight. But the CompuBox numbers make a difference, at least in perception. And Kovalev has thrown 152 punches so far, to only 87 per Ward. When you're
These quick pot shots from Ward is being very effective because it's really disrupting Kovalev's timing. Kovalev was used to Ward staying on his back foot trying to counter his last fight, that he was able to set his own tempo and pace at this fight. It's hard to get a read due to the fact that Ward is sitting in a pocket and throwing first.
Quick jab and slips the right hand so quickly that he's far out in front of Kovalev right now. That's what you don't want to see. When you see that, your fighter has a problem.
Kovalev got a couple of seconds of rest, holding on to Ward's head.
And was pushing down on Ward to expend energy. Good body shot from Kovalev under the heart.
Again, the sustained body attacks from Ward is starting to pay its dividends as Kovalev is starting to slow down and fighting with his mouth open.
Kovalev is looking really tired now, man.
Yes, he is, although he's landing some big shots.
Pretty much shot for this round, man. Those body shots have pretty much got him in a little bit of in trouble because he's very winded.
But he's boosting his energy now.
See Ward coming in, being very smart after the break here, throwing a good right hand to the body, followed by a beautiful left hook to the head. Something that I told you Kovalev doesn't use much. And then Kovalev answered with a...
Ward starting to take up any space that Kovalev has to minimize any advantages that he has from the outside range. Also pressing the pace at a higher rate because he sees that Kovalev is starting to wear down.
So now Ward is coming at him, pushing the issue.
Good right hand inside by Kovalev.
Oh, another good body. That was a good body shot.
Kovalev.
That might be a little low. That might be a little low.
One shot on the belt, and it looked to me like Kovalev was looking for a breather there.
And kind of quit overreacting to those, because that shows a sign of weakness to Ward. That's why Ward's coming at him now. Oh, there you go.
Right hand by Ward.
That hurt him bad. Hurt him. He acted like it was a low blow. Most fighters know that if a guy acts like that's a low blow, that shot right there on the chin hurt though. That buckled his knee.
That was the biggest punch of the fight, the hard right hand.
That's
and
the
now
big
Kovalev
punch.
was in trouble and trying to survive. And as he looked for space in the ring and looked for a chance to get away, after that right wobbled Kovalev.
Man, I told you he was weak.
The consistent body attacks from Ward proved to be too much for Kovalev. They say, if you want to chop down a tree, you start at its bottom. And this is exactly what Ward did with Kovalev's body.
And a left hook.
Yeah, he's
Kovalev in
hurting the
big
body shot.
trouble. 50 seconds to go in the round. Sergey just trying to get away.
Ward not known as a finisher, but Kovalev looks finished.